Good Sunday morning to you. Roger Hill at Wuthering Heights. Just looking at the storm system that's going to be sweeping to our south and laying a swath of snow. And roughly this swath of snow really is just going to track roughly a little bit south of the Canadian border. There may be trace to 1 inch amounts up here, but the majority of it's going to be really cut just on the southern one half of Vermont. Kind of a little bit of a forecast conundrum here for the central sections of Vermont, the Barry-Montpelier area. How much snow will they get? Probably not as much as you're going to see further off to the south, certainly, but the cutoff somewhere in this vicinity here in terms of where the more heavier snowfall is going to be, and I'm talking probably greater than 3 inches. This area here, you could see probably easily in some of our local mountains in the southern Green Mountains, maybe something like 8 to 14 inches. So we're also noticing that we're seeing some heavier snowfall now starting to show up greater than 6 inches. I saw one 10-inch amount here recently. But this is going to be heading our way, and on this Sunday morning, really nothing to see here. In fact, Sunday, before the clouds roll in later on today, we're looking at a pretty nice day, all said and done, albeit cold, as you can see the temperatures this morning. And we're well below zero. Again, this very cold Arctic air. Originally thinking that this would suppress the jet stream further to the south. This is kind of sneaking in, but it will snow during very cold Arctic air, and that's the reason why the fluff factor will produce such high snowfall amounts. Snowfall amounts, 6-hour totals here. This is a little bit of the flurry activity we saw this morning, and then quickly it dissipates out for a fairly nice afternoon this Sunday. And then it looks like no issues for the evening hours until after 1 o'clock before it really reaches into the very southwest corner of the state. You can see 0-degree temperatures or colder north of that red line. And then the 6-hourly totals here, we're starting to see that move in during the morning commute. So expect snow-covered roads for this morning commute. It will be a drier, fluffier type snow. So not as hazardous as it could be, but still pretty considerable impacts on travel for the morning commute. And this is the apex at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. And then the storm begins to depart, pulls off to the east, and as the swath of snow dwindles, we're still seeing a little bit of snow flurry and snow shower activity on the back end of the system. And then that's out of here, it looks like, before 7 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Little different look. This is the 12-hour snowfall, capturing most of the storm, not all of it. But you can see where the heavier snowfall amounts will be. Now this is 10 to 1 snow to water ratio, so this is these snowfall amounts will be jacked up a little bit. The European model here is basing everything 10 to 1. So as that moves on out, the heaviest snow is definitely toward the Massachusetts border in the state of Vermont. We're looking at a dry, fluffy snow. In terms of 6-hour precipitation, this is how it runs in. You can see the pressure gradient tightens just a little bit. Storm pulls away, high pressure builds in. This slice of the atmosphere, looking at temperatures at about 925 millibars, roughly about 2,000 feet or so. And you can see the coldest air with those darker purples off to the north across Quebec. And the Arctic air just sits and train just to the north of our region. Just carrying this a bit further, we'll see more Arctic air begin to work in down the road a piece. And looking at the surface temperatures here, this is the cold Arctic air off to the north. We moderate a little bit today for single digits for highs, and then we cool on down ahead of the system as it moves on in. Snow will start in below zero temperatures tomorrow morning, and then those temperatures rise into the single digits. Not by much. 1 degree at Morrisville, 4 up around Highgate, for example, 5, 6 degrees Rutland and points south. So a pretty cold storm, one of the colder storms we've seen. That means snow factor, very, very fluffy. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.